Welcome to the FA40 podcast. I'm Josh Proch, and I appreciate you guys listening. I hope you guys are enjoying these. And today we've got another topic here that is kind of makes up the backbone of what we do here at Pittsburgh North Fitness. And our topic here is why we prefer strength training over cardio. And this isn't to say that cardio is bad. I feel like it does get demonized sometimes out there. And the reason is like all things, people kind of go to extremes on each end. You know, if you look back at, like in the 80s, 90s, even into the early 2000s, cardio was like a really, really big thing with all the running and jogging and all that sort of stuff. And then as things have changed, strength training has come more into into the mainstream of everything. It kind of then ends up swinging that direction and demonizing the cardio a little bit. And there's some good reasons that has happened, but it's also it's not the worst thing. But it has a place, but there's a kind of an order to strength training. And what we like here at Pittsburgh North Fitness is we focus on strength training as the backbone of our program. And one of the main reasons for that is because the clients that we are working with are over the age of 40. That's our target demographic. Those are the majority of the clients, probably 98% of the clients that we're working with are over 40. You know, they're in their 40s, 50s, 60s. We have a couple in their 70s. We even have a couple in their 80s. So their bodies are different from, a 20-year-old's, and we need to train a little bit differently with them. And past 40, I probably would be really past 30, the body starts losing muscle at a greater rate. And this loss in muscle tissue can have a lot of negative effects on the body. So one of the big things is when we lose muscle tissue, our metabolism slows down. That's one of the ways that the metabolism slows. And it's common for people as they get older, they just kind of, they'll say like, oh, my metabolism's slowing down. I can't eat what I used to eat before and things like that. Well, and part of that is, yes, the metabolism does have a natural slowing process as we get older, but also it's due to a loss of muscle tissue. So for a lot of people, there's not as much muscle tissue on their body as in their 40s and 50s as there was in their 20s. And because muscle is so highly metabolically active, it requires a lot of calories. It helps you burn calories more at a faster rate, basically. So with strength training, that is going to add muscle, it's going to maintain muscle, and it's going to stimulate muscle tissue on the body, all three of which are going to help stimulate that metabolism. Another reason for the strength training is we see that when we have a loss of muscle tissue, we also get weaker. And when we get weaker, that's when we begin to see a decline in health. We see a decline in function of daily activities, different things like that. The muscles and movements, we don't move as well, all that sort of stuff. We start to get stiff. We pull muscles easier and different things like that. So we want to work on strengthening the body, strengthening the muscles, and that helps us to stay stronger. That helps us to prevent injuries and everything along those lines. And with this strength training over cardio, what we see too with a lot of clients is most of their life they've done a lot of cardio activity. And they haven't necessarily done a lot of strength training, or they've kind of done maybe some workouts that, like they do some arm curls and, chest presses and some things like that, but they haven't really done like a structured strength training program. So when we're getting clients coming in, a lot of times they're telling us like, hey, what I used to do just isn't working anymore and things like that. So when they've had a high cardio background or just a more cardio fitness background, when we switch them over into strength training, their body responds well to that, and it creates a whole new stimulus on the body. And that helps them get better results. Something that is interesting with cardio is our body over time will get efficient with it. And as our body gets efficient, what happens is we start to expend less energy doing that during that activity. The only way to get around that is to either go longer, to go faster, to constantly be changing like intervals with it, like or inclines and things like that. And those all kind of have limitations on there. We can only walk or run so fast. We can only walk or run so far and for so long, and different things like that. So with the strength training, yes, your body will still adapt to it, but we have a lot more ways that we can challenge the body. We can add more reps, we can add more sets, we can continually kind of add weight. We've got a ton of different versions that we can do the same thing. So what that does is doesn't allow your body to adapt as easily. And when we make the workouts more inefficient, then we burn more calories as we're doing that workout. And with the strength training, we get also a larger afterburn effect. So in the hours after our workout's completed, our body's burning calories at a higher rate than it does after a cardio session. So again, all these things start to add up, and they allow us to get a little bit more of an effective workout from the standpoint of changing the body, in increasing metabolism, keeping our strength, keeping our movement, all of those sort of things. And then another thing that we see too, and we hear this from a lot of people, is they want to keep their posture. They don't want to become that like rounded over, kind of hunched over old person. So by strength training, we keep our back muscles, our glute muscles, all the muscles of our posterior chain, which are the ones on the back side, all those muscles, we keep them strong, we keep them engaged, and that keeps our posture up. And these muscles are also kind of known as the muscles of youth. So everything on our back side, we really want to train that a lot. And the more we train that, the stronger we are on our backside, the better our posture is going to be, the better our health is going to be. We're going to be able to just keep doing all the things we enjoy throughout life and everything there. So when I started talking about this, I said cardio isn't necessarily the worst thing, and it does have a place. So here's kind of the place. We like our clients to get anywhere from 2 to up to 4 strength workouts per week, depending on their program. After that, this is where we can start dropping in some cardio. And there's a lot of ways we can do this. We can do cardio with like a boot camp with some interval kind of stuff where we're doing, rope slams and things like that for a long period of time. We can also just do traditional where you're just going and you're doing a jog or you're doing a walk, different things like that. I like for most clients just getting them to walk for 30 to 60 minutes most days of the week, or the days that they're not doing a strength workout. You can put it at a little incline, keep a consistent pace. You can change paces throughout that if you need to, or just get outside and just go do that at a not like at a brisk pace, but it doesn't have to be like some power walk or anything like that. And this is where the cardio comes in, is once we have gotten our strength workouts in, then we supplement it with the cardio. And what we find is we end up building a nice functional cardio base. We have a nice strength base on our body. We stay healthy. We are able to keep doing everything that we enjoy and things like that. So again, it's not that we don't want to do any cardio, and it's not that we only want to do all strength training, because again, if we strength train every day of the week, probably going to have some joint breakdowns, some aches and pains and things like that. It's getting that balance, and that balance seems to be anywhere from 2 to 4 days of strength, and then the other days filling in with some sort of cardio activity there. Like I said, for most people it's walking, but if you enjoy running, go out, you can do some short runs and things like that. That's completely fine. So again, if you haven't been doing any strength training and it's something that you are looking to add into, and you're interested in checking us out, we'd be glad to help you. Again, we specialize in clients over 40. We do things a little bit different than some places that are doing like big boot camps and they've maybe a little bit younger clientele and things like that. we're tailoring and customizing all of our workouts to what your needs are and what the client's need is there, and how their body's working and everything like that. So it doesn't mean that we train easy. We still push people. Everything's still very challenging, things like that. But it's challenging for you. And everything. So if that's something, if you're interested in getting into strength training, like I said, we'd be glad to have you. We have a 6-week trial going on right now. It's $299, and check us out online. It's www.pittsburghnorthfitness.com. You can learn more about it there, and get in touch if you're interested. So one last thing I want to talk to you guys about. If you're listening to this today, this is I think it would be Friday the 5th. You're going to be one of the first to hear about this. This is the first we put out, but we are doing a Fittoberfest here on September 24th, I believe. It's a Saturday, and this is going to be to raise money for the NOCC, which is the National Ovarian Cancer Coalition, and we've worked with them a lot in the past. I know some of you that have been with us for a long time here, you probably remember our Halloween Hustle. This is what we're replacing the Halloween Hustle with. We're going to run this Fittober event the whole month of October. We're going to kick it off with this Oktoberfest event where we're going to have a workouts here at Pittsburgh North Fitness, and then following that, we're going to have a craft beer tasting with a bunch of authentic German beers to taste. We're going to have some live German music out there. We're going to have some events that people can compete in and win some prizes, things like that. We're going to have German food and everything there. And this is going to be open to members and non-members. We're going to be selling tickets to attend, and we will have a limit on tickets just because we're only able to accommodate so many people. But we're going to have more information coming out about this here in the next few days, few weeks, things like that. But if you guys are interested in attending that, make sure you grab your tickets. If you have any friends that would like to come out, we'd love to have them. So I think it's going to be a pretty fun time. I'm getting excited about it. I know the staff's getting excited about it. It's just something fun. We haven't done really any big party events here the last, I guess, 2.5 years, whatever it's been since COVID. And it's just time to get back to that stuff and everything. So again, we look forward to seeing you guys there, and thanks for listening. And if you like this and you enjoy it, be sure to rate and review the podcast, share it with a friend, anything like that. And hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you next week. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you enjoyed it, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and rate and review us.